what's up, y'all? We are back. We got the phone lines are full. We got a bunch of people that want to talk to Ricardo Baca and Mitch Dickman. Rolling Papers is the documentary. You can go watch that right now on iTunes. You can go see it at the movie theaters. It's playing in 25 cities, or you can even get it on Amazon Prime. That's how I be doing all my shit. 888-742-3345. 888-742-3345. Let's go to Miguel in Seattle. What's up, Miguel?
What up, guys? Hey, Jude's here. My question was more so pertaining to vaporizers. You know, I am in the retail marijuana industry, and just in the vaporizers and how they're going, and more so in the coils. If you put in perspective, let's say Micro G, that it is still, you know, selling a first generation coil that consists of, you know, a wick versus something that, you know, a new product like a quartz coil, and just the hazards of the coils and you know, the end consumer not knowing what is hazardous and what isn't.
Are you seeing a lot of stuff on vaping? Are you getting a lot of that with are you getting a lot of vaping information coming by you?
Yeah. You know, we just did a big piece about how some of these e-cigarettes, because of the technology inside them, are blowing up in people's faces. And, you know, e-cigarette technology is most vape pen technology. You know, we're also seeing an interesting trend, because I think what Miguel is referring to is, you know, the vape pens that you can either use flour or concentrates, oils in it. You know, when we're talking about these vape pens with pre-loaded oil cartridges, not all are created equal, and we're in this land without a lot of research or information, and some people are mixing their THC oil with coconut oil. Some are mixing it with polyethylene glycol. Some are mixing it with just straight out terpenes, the additional oils from the plant matter.
Have they figured out which is best for you?
There is no information on this, and you know, here we are where marijuana is still classified as a Schedule I substance, right next to heroin, considered more dangerous than cocaine, and you know, and until that changes, it's going to be very difficult to study cannabis properly, to recognize what we need to know about vaping and everything else.
Let's go to Albert in Florida. Go ahead, Albert.
How you doing, guys? Hey, one quick question. Genetically modified marijuana. I've read things online. Is it true? Can it happen? Kind of creating a super plant?
You know, it can definitely happen. What we've seen with GMOs across the board in traditional agriculture could absolutely be replicated in this industry. I know I was taking a tour of a cultivation in the last couple weeks, one of the largest cultivations in the legal world at the very least. And one of the workers there, I'll leave the company out of it, but they did tell me that there have been conversations with Monsanto, and they do envision that Monsanto will be interested in cannabis eventually.
What's the number one crop in America? Is it like soybeans or something like that, or is it weed?
Oh, I have no idea. I do know that weed is among the most expensive.
Corn.
Yeah, corn crushes, doesn't it? Yeah. Corn fucking crushes. This is the crazy thing when you watch the legalization of it. You get to see like the real greedy bastards come in here and fucking like start putting patents on fucking life forms and making weird shit of their own. Like it's.
What do you think about the celebrities coming into the space? I mean, Bob Marley posthumously doing this, and you have Snoop Dogg's brand of weed. Wiz just announced his brand of weed. Willie's going to be doing this in multiple states.
Well, all right, let's just start with Bob Marley. They're not making a lot of money on their own, so they got to eat off their dad's name. That's fucking, just let's card his name out one more time. He's on fucking iced tea and headphones, and now he's on some fucking weed. Why not? Fucking
exactly.
They will sell it to anything. I think it's cool. You know, like, look, man, I'm all for celebrities getting money. And if their name sells things, then why not? Especially if these motherfuckers are actually smoking. Like Willie Nelson been smoking.
Yeah.
Snoop Dogg been smoking. Wiz Khalifa been smoking.
Monsanto hasn't been smoking.
Nah.
No, it's nice like when it's helping the culture shift. You know, that's the big challenge that Colorado's been facing for a long time, is the stigma around it, whether it's parents, whether it's around businesses, whether it's around any of that shit. And like, yeah, you have these bigger companies like Monsanto, and that's going to hurt the industry, some might say, but then you've got other people that are helping legitimize or normalize what's happening in Colorado.
Look, here's the deal. The sooner Monsanto gets involved, the sooner it'll be legal everywhere.
you will need that
deal with
kind
the
of
devil,
money.
man.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Let's go to Cindy in Colorado. Go ahead, Cindy.
Hey, fellas.
Hey.
You sound like you high already, Cindy. What's up? What's up, fella? You eating a hot pocket over there by yourself?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Wondering if anyone could recommend a good weed strain encyclopedia for medicinal and recreational.
Weed strain encyclopedia for medicinal and encyclopedia. Is there anything like that out there right now?
Yeah, I would recommend starting at our site. And granted, we are not complete yet, but we will be one day. So I run a site called The Cannabist. You can find it at thecannabist.co. We have more than 50 or 60 really well written, written with journalistic integrity in mind. It's really some of the most professional criticism out there in the cannabis space. And then if you don't see what you're looking for there, I could definitely recommend Leafly. Leafly does a great job. They're out of the Pacific Northwest, have a very easy to read site. Everything looks like the periodic table of elements, but instead of gold and copper, it's Blue Dream and Tangy.
And it breaks down what are the ones that are making the most buzz right now that you're hearing about? And the other question, are they really that good, or is it just they have good marketing people? I can't really tell the difference between No, I take that back. Like some batches of GHB I get is better than other batches of GHB. So I take that back. Are these subtle differences really that noticeable, or is it more the marketing?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a little bit of both, and I think it depends on like if you're somebody like Jake Brown or Rye or Brittany that has like a dearth of knowledge around it, or you're somebody that's new to it that needs bubble gum and you need to dip into it slowly, because that's part of it. Is a lot of these people haven't been smoking in a while.
What's the most overrated fucking weed?
I mean,
overrated weed.
Just the name OG Kush.
OG Kush.
All the time. I don't even fucking know what that means. I just hear that, oh, it's the OG. Oh, it's Kush. It's like...
That's the one that they put on everything. Like, oh, it's that OG Kush. All right.
OG is outdoor grown.
That's what that means?
Yeah, it is. I always thought it was original gangster, but no, it is outdoor grown.
Look at that. See, look, I learned some new shit today. I learned how to come by myself without touching myself, and the outdoor Kush is, that's what that means. Outdoor grown. Let's go to Fat Boy in Rhode Island.
What's going on, fellas? Hey, my question is about the DUI. How do cops even test? Because you can't even take a breathalyzer, blood test, or hair follicle. And also, is the smell of marijuana considered probable cause to search a vehicle anymore?
So how do cops test? Right now, it is a blood test in all of the legal markets, but they're currently investigating different methods because I'm sure you know, and probably one of the reasons you asked this question is because it's such an imperfect way of measuring intoxication. You know, if we do a breathalyzer after having a couple beers, we know exactly where we're at. But with weed, that can stay in your system for a couple days, if not a couple weeks, and sometimes more than a month if you're a regular user.
Let's jump over to the probable cause. Is that probable cause anymore in Colorado?
You know, I would imagine so, simply because public consumption is still not legal in the state. Definitely smoking in cars, unless it's a specifically licensed limo bus kind of vehicle, that's also illegal. So I'm guessing that would be probable cause, but you wouldn't necessarily get arrested for possession unless you had too much weed on you. But
so keep that shit in the jar, in the trunk, just for good measure.
Exactly.
I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that at all. Gentlemen, I really appreciate you guys coming through here and discuss. Is there anything I forgot to ask that you'd like to add?
No, you're good.
I just want to shout out Rolling Papers. It opens in theaters February 19th, so check it out. I'm really excited to hear what people think about it. So,
and I'm just glad Ricardo's sitting in that seat over there.
In the cum seat?
Yeah.
I don't think... smell the seat. I don't think she dripped on it.
I think
or
it
anything.
smells like OG Kush.
Was she
sure
fully clothed in
Yeah.
it?
It was she just sat here and just and like just breathe their way into
No,
an orgasm.
I gotta give a shout out to Zach Armstrong, who's one of my main collaborators on this project, who I know is listening and working on that mixtape in his basement.
Don't you send me shit without some weed attached, Zach. And I don't even smoke weed. You just attached to it. So now I gotta get your weed, gentlemen. Rolling
Thank you so
Papers
much,
is
man.
out. You also were telling me about some stuff that people can go check out your other documentaries.
Yeah,
too.
I mean, there's a lot of good shit coming out of Colorado. Hannah Ranch is our last film, Being Evil by a fellow producer, Daniel Young. And there's fucking go check out some docs.
There it is. Thanks again, gentlemen.
Thank you.
This is the All Out Show on Shade 45.